Shabbat Shalom, Mishpacha, and here we are at another Sabbath rest, and beautiful it is. Now, this is going to be one of the most important lectures in my teaching career. And if those of you who follow this through, you will see real results in your life. And I mean it. If you follow this through, you will see real results. But for this to happen, there's two things need to happen. Number one, you need to put down a small amount as Zadaqah offering before God. And number two, you need to set an amount that you wish to receive, or if you're ill, you need to set your healing as the outcome, or if you're looking for a wife, stroke husband, stroke something else, you need to put those as the outcome. In other words, when you send that Zadaqah in, you're going to pray to God and say to God that this Zadaqah is for this. Now, to give you an idea of a sum of money, so I'll set the sum of money for you at $500,000. Yes. The sum of money is going to be $500,000, and because this is a live test now, and before I go into it or what happened and give you the explanation of what you need to do, you need to understand that faith is what we're going to test now. We're going to test the faith of everyone that's here today. I don't care who you are. I don't know where you come from. I don't know where you live, because you may be listening to this from other countries. But if you demonstrate the faith, then you will receive the outcome. If you don't demonstrate the faith, you will never get the outcome. Okay, so let me make that very clear. And I'm going to tell you what happened and why I came to this conclusion. What happened was, 5 days ago, I was, here in Ohio, and I said to my friend, and it was a sunny day, I said to my friend, I see rain. And my friend, looked at my face, and she didn't laugh at me. She understood that I was setting a command in motion that I want to see rain over here. And of course, it doesn't mean that it's going to start raining immediately, but I set a command and I said that I see rain. But my eyes and my ears, my eyes were seeing warm weather, sunshine, and my ears were hearing warm weather and sunshine, birds chirping. So, day one, I say, I see rain. And no rain all day. Okay? Bright weather. Day two, I say, I see rain when I wake up. But it was sunny out there. Again, no rain, green grass. People are mowing their lawns. And now I say, I hear rain. So I start to say, I see rain and I hear rain. No rain on the horizon though. Day three arrives. I say again to my friend, I see rain and I hear rain. And now what I do is I have added the sensory touch. The sensory touch of my hearing is that I want to hear the rain, and I hear the rain sound like the water hitting the ground. And the sensory sight, I look at the window. Although it's out there, it looks sunny, but I look and I see rain pouring down. My eyes see rain. My sight does not show me sunshine, it shows me rain. But in effect, it is rain. It is not rain out there. It's still sunny, bright as anything. But I say to myself, no, I see rain and I hear rain. I point to my left ear and I say, I see rain and I hear rain. So what happens? Day three goes by, no rain. Day four, my friend, I wake up and I look, no rain. It's sunny. My friend goes out there, mows her lawn, comes back, tells me I mowed the lawn. It was very hot, blah, blah, blah. And I say to my friend, but I see rain and I hear rain. And my friend doesn't say nothing. And she knows that, once I stuck to a line, I stuck to a line. I don't change. Then what happens, day 5 has not begun. Day 5, 4 a.m. in the morning, I sleep. And then I wake up and I see it's raining. It has already rained at 4 o'clock in the morning onwards. Once I go to sleep, and I'm sound asleep. And I wake up and I see everything is wet and I see the rain. And I say to my friend, see, faith is a substance of things not seen, but you have to know that it is true. In other words, God is only going to answer you once He sees that your faith is rock solid, cemented. So, why did I see rain on 5th day? Because my faith was rock solid. Even though my sight was saying to me, there's no rain, out there is just still sunshine, but my faith was saying, no, I see rain. And I hear rain. So I see rain and I hear rain. I kept telling myself that throughout the day. I see rain and I hear rain. And day 5, the rain came. So what does that prove to you? That proves to you that when you have faith in something and you hold to it, irrespective of what anybody else thinks. They can think you're mad, they can think you're cuckoo because, it's sunshine and you're saying it's rain. It doesn't matter. I set my standard, I set the law into motion, and I said that I see rain. Now the universe, everything around me has to conform and has to produce that rain. Yes, it may take a few days, but what's 5 days? Between friends, between God and man, what's 5 days? Nothing. So this is why I said to you that now the test is that you're going to set a Tzedakah offering, an offering that you're going to say to God, and whatever is your impending need, whether it's healing, whether it's to find a great relationship, whether it's to start a business, whether it's to improve your business, whether it's to see $500,000 balance in your account, whatever bank you have. So you're going to set that in motion. Once you set that in motion, you are not going to look back and start thinking, oh, well, when is it going to come? No, don't do that. You're going to set it in motion and you're going to forget it, but you're going to keep reminding yourself every 2-3 hours that you have $500,000 in the account. It's there. So the only thing you're going to do, you can make a little picture of your balance and put 500,000 there instead of whatever the balance you have. Just overwrite it. In any software package, you can open up your bank balance and you can take a picture with your phone or whatever from your laptop, let's say, and you can then just modify it, edit it, and you can reflect a balance of 500,000, which is what you want to see. Remove the dates. Just make sure that your deposit there shows $500,000. Once you have that, that's like a key. That's like an anchor that you put in front of you on the phone to look at from time to time. That's your anchor, okay? And once you have your anchor, then what you're going to do, you're just going to repeat, just like I did. You're going to repeat that for the next so many days until that sum of money arrives. Now, the caveat and the problem area. The problem area is going to be this. You can tell somebody if you want to. I don't have problem with you telling somebody, but they might laugh at you. They might make a joke of you. You got to sustain that. In other words, you got to allow them to make the joke, and you can have a laugh as well, but you're still going to believe that you have $500,000 seriously as possible. Seriously. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be exact dot on 500,000. Maybe some of you might feel uncomfortable with such an amount. You can say, I have 300,000, whatever amount you feel comfortable. And some of you maybe feel comfortable with $1 million, and you can put $1 million as an amount. But You got to stick on it. In other words, you can't keep changing amounts. You can't say, today I'm going to set it to 500,000 and 3 days later, oh no, let me make it 300 or let me make it 600,000. No. Whatever amount you choose, that it shall remain. And that's what you will see in your account. And you're going to continue to tell yourself, I see $500,000 in my account. I see $500,000 in my account. I hear $500,000 in my account. I see it. And you can hear the ka-ching sound, or you can hear the cash machine sound where people take money out of, whatever sound you desire, whatever is your anchor. In my case, my anchor is the picture that I make, and I put it beside me, and I can just look at that picture and I will say this is happening for me. And then I will say, it has happened. So from this is happening, I raise my vibration and I say, it has happened. I have $500,000 in my account. It has happened. I have $500,000 in my account. It has happened. I have $500,000 in my account. So you're going to continue with that. That is the rock of faith. You have to continue to believe in it. And I want to take you to one of Master Yeshua's story in which certain disciples, he's with certain disciples and he's in a boat. And in Matthew chapter 8 verse 22 it says, and when he was entered into a boat, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great storm in the sea, insomuch that the boat was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And by the way, this is from the Hidden Truths Hebraic Scrolls 7th edition. And the disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Rabbi, rescue us, for we are about to perish. And he said to them, why are you fearful, O you of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. There you see the Master Yeshua, Jesus, demonstrating faith. In other words, these disciples of his, they are not named over here which one it was that came to him, but it shows you that they lacked faith. Because they lacked faith, they followed the rabbi around everywhere he went, but they lacked the faith to do anything. So what was the point? The point was that they were faithless. Let me tell you a little story. And the little story goes like this. And let me just the little I think I'll tell you the story. It's kind of funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny and not funny. It's not funny because it just showed me the person's lack of faith, unfortunately. And I quoted this scripture to this person. What then? If some did not believe, their unbelief will not nullify the faithfulness of God, will it? That's from Romans 3:3. So again I repeat it. What then? If some did not believe, their unbelief will not nullify the faithfulness of God, will it? See, this person really didn't like me saying that. She took it really against herself. But I meant it, because what this person told me, the reason why I said this is the condition, this is the thing, was this, that the person, right, told me that they believed that they have $50,000 in their account. But then what do? They keep checking every 10 minutes what their balance is. And I literally mean that. Every hour they go check their balance. And so if you're going to check your account about 10 times in a day, are you going to get that money that you desire? Because you have no faith. That's why I quoted that scripture, that you really have no faith. You lack faith. And she didn't like it. She took it against herself. But I said, it's okay. You can take it against yourself. But it is actually true. I said to her that if you plant a seed in your yard, and she's done many seeds in the yard, maybe growing tomatoes, tomatoes. Then she have grown potatoes and other stuff. Like, what's the other stuff? I know that she grew squash and things like that. Okay, so my point is this. I reminded this person that your problem is not that the money is not coming. Your problem is you're destroying the actual fundamental of what you desire. You're destroying it, because what you're doing, you planted your seed and you keep digging up the ground to see if it's growing or not. And I said you destroy the seed. Every time you do that, you destroy the seed. Don't expect it to come up now. If you're going to check your balance 10 times a day and then come back and say, well, it's not arrived, it's not arrived, it's not. So what are you living in? Lack mindset, faithless mindset. So you need to stop doing that. When you plant a seed, and you may have done seed plants in your life. I've done it. When I was in the UK, I planted spinach, and I planted some, spring onions and a few other things. But I did not go keep checking my seed. I just planted it, watered it. I came back to it, if it didn't rain, I came back to it, and 2 days later put some more water in it. Then maybe, see if it rained the next, because, UK rained a lot. So if it didn't rain, if it rained, I don't need to water it. If it didn't rain, I go water it. That's what you need to. What does watering mean? Watering means that you keep looking at your anchor. What is your anchor? Your anchor may be the picture, like I told you, or your anchor might be that sound that you hear in your ear, the ka-ching sound or the machine sound where it's whirling away, or the counting sound of the notes. You find these counting machines, on the internet all over the place. You can listen to them and make that sound your anchor. Every time you hear that sound, your money's coming through, and you continue to believe that you have the $500,000. You continue to believe that. Now, by the way, if I take you back in Matthew chapter 8, and I read Matthew chapter 8, and there was another story there which was really good, and it caught my eye. And it says, when he had come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and bowed before him, saying, Master, at dawn, Lord, if you desire, you can make me clean. And Joshua put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. See, in this case, the Master Yeshua just did the act. He didn't care about what people think. He didn't care about becoming unclean or acquiring the disease, because if you touch a leprous man, it's highly infectious. You can catch it. So Jesus did not care about him catching the disease. And yet, Jesus simply believed that he can heal the disease and he can heal the man. Even if he becomes unclean, the disease will leave this man. And so he does that. He, in the process, becomes unclean, but the man becomes clean. The man is now healed. And Yeshua tells him, see that you tell no man, but go your way. Show yourself to the Kohen, to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded. Musa commanded for a testimony to them. So, again, Yeshua teaches here to obey the Torah law, which made the command that when a leper is healed, they have to go back to the priest in the temple, whoever is the priest there from the Levite clan, and they have to show him and then offer the offering. It was basically a gift to God, to thank God that they were healed. So similarly, then what happens, Yeshua is going and another person comes and he says, Rabbi, it says when Yeshua had entered Kafar Nahum, this is Nehemiah's village in Israel, says that there came into him a centurion, a Roman guy, asking for help, a Roman soldier. and saying, Rabbi, my boy is lying at home, paralyzed in terrible anguish. And Yeshua said to him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Rabbi, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my boy shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes, and to my servant, Do this, and he does it. When Yeshua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say to you, I have not found such great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say to you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Yitzhak and Yaakov in the kingdom of Shemaim, kingdom of heaven. So, look, this man was a centurion, commanded 100 men. He was a prominent man in the Roman army, yet his boy is ill and needs healing, and no medicines helping. So he heard this rabbi, this new rabbi came along, does miracles, and he goes to him and he says, please heal him. And Jesus says, I will heal him. I will come and heal him. He says, no, you don't even need to come under my roof, because I don't think I'm worthy to receive you in my house. Why? Because he may have done things that he felt were not righteous, and he felt that, a righteous rabbi, a righteous man coming to him, a man of God, is maybe, not quite, he can't quite handle it. So he allows Yeshua to just say the word. His faith is so strong. This centurion's faith is so strong that he believes even if the rabbi just spoke the word, that'll be enough to heal his little boy. And it was. So what does that teach us? That teaches us faith is something that you have to believe. And if you believe that Jesus is going to do it, then he's going to do it. Now, if you believe that God is going to produce that sum of money for you, and for all of you, I'm not saying it's going to be sum of money for everybody. For some of you, it might be healing. For others, it might be to do with relationship, growing your business, or maybe setting up a new business. So I want you to take this. I don't want to make this a long message. I want to make it a short message. And this is going to be very powerful. Do what I said, and you shall receive what you ask. I know people around you, if they get to find out that what you're doing, maybe they laugh at you, maybe they joke, maybe they scorn you, but do not worry about that. The more they do that, the more your faith will grow, because that deposit will come. That doctor's notice, or that, doctor's recommendation, or whatever the doctor said that you have illness, it will be disappeared. Once you put your faith, and remember what I said, now you unsee it. In other words, if the doctor said you have illness, you unsee it. You said, no, I don't have no illness. I am completely healed. I am completely whole. And you continue on that line. I am completely healed. I'm completely whole. I'm completely healed. I'm completely whole. Stick to that line. If you want to see the sum of money in your account, then you set your amount. I have $500,000 in my account. It has happened. It has happened. It has happened. It is happened. It is happened. It is done. It is done. Baruch Hashem. Praise God. It is done. I have the money. It is done. I have it. It is done. I have it. Yes, I have it. That's the kind of faith you need. When you have that kind of faith, nothing can stop you from becoming successful. Nothing can stop you from receiving your desire. It may be that some of you are trying to find employment. Well, start to believe that you have the employment. Don't just believe the employment. Believe the amount of salary you desire. Whatever salary you desire a year, believe that you receive that salary. Start believing it. Start pushing into it. Start believing it with faith. Set an anchor. What could be an anchor that you got the job? The anchor could be a friend telling you, hey, isn't it wonderful that you got your $200,000 job? Isn't it wonderful that you got your $200,000? Keep listening, keep hearing that. Now you're setting the anchor. Now not only are you believing that you have your job, but your anchor, your ear, you're hearing somebody telling you that, isn't it wonderful that you got a great, $200,000 salary. So it is like that. I'm not giving you a by the by message. I'm giving you a real message which is tested, tried in the fire, and it works. So please don't doubt it for a second. If you doubt it, you already lost it. So if you start to believe in it and you start to put your faith down, and the law never fails. The law of God will never fail you. The word that you send out, it will return back to you, but it will not come back void. So set your belief and start to believe it, and you will receive your desire. I bless you all in the name of God, and until next time, a Shabbat Shalom to you and Shalom Shalom to you.